is the Bison Football Show with Coach Matt Entz. Brought to you by Gate City Bank and Pepsi.
A dominating performance on Saturday afternoon at Gate City Bank Field inside the Fargo Dome as Matt Entz and his Bison football team now back in the quarterfinals for the 12th consecutive season. That's the longest streak in FCS college football history. 38-7 the final. Welcome in, folks, to Bison Football Show. Coach, what a performance. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How would you categorize this one? How good do you feel right now after this one?
Well, I feel good. I said in my press conference, I usually have a level of nervousness before every game. Going back, making sure, trying to think, did we cover everything appropriately? And, you know, leave it up to our kids. They were confident. Our coaches did an outstanding job. If I'm the only one that's nervous on Saturday, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, 2 weeks to get ready for this one. How important is the bye week? And kind of let people know how you approach the bye week and then how you approach game week for your group.
Yeah, when we came off the USD game, we had a couple days of practice, 3 of them, and then we cut our kids loose for about 48 hours. Some went home, some stayed right here in town. We provided Thanksgiving meal. Came back, practiced at 9 o'clock Saturday night with the knowledge of who our next opponent was going to be, and then we just rolled and kind of backed off later in the week, making sure that we were still healthy. We still had our legs underneath us, and our kids did a great job of detailing their work, and our coaches too.
How do the Rams, the crew chiefs, set the tone early in this game, especially on that first drive?
Well, the first play.
Yeah.
You know, Tamarick Williams, big-time run. I mean, just lifting people, moving the line of scrimmage. Yeah, I thought we did a great job with our pin and pull, with our inside zone. It was a very positive day. Cam had 9 of 14, and I know for a fact he wishes he put more air on that, interception down in the end zone. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, but we're going to continue to learn from it, and I'm excited to be back on Monday.
Yep, Cam Miller, a couple of rushing touchdowns today for you as well.
He did. He had some explosive plays. And Quincy getting involved as well.
Yep, 9 of 14, Cam Miller passing it, 9 completions, 6 different receivers. How's that for distribution of the football? Bison in the first half, dominant. Here's our first half highlights brought to you by Gate City Bank.
Cam Miller comes back in and has taken that starting position back over and has ran with it ever since. Hands it off, and the crease opens up right off the bat for North Dakota State's potent running game. Tamarick Williams waltzing his way downfield for a big chunk on first down. They lead the way for Miller to head into the end zone. Got a block from Hunter Lipke and opens up the scoring in this second round matchup. Execution. Calls Phoenix Sproles in motion, then hands it off. Another hole opens up in that A-gap that you love for Tamarick Williams.
Yeah, it's too much.
So Miller comes back in after a gain of 27. Tamarick Williams keeping it going, muscling ahead, eventually forced out on the sideline. He just does not go down very easily. You turn on the Southern Illinois film a week ago. That's what they did so well against South Dakota. Now Quincy Patterson, the running QB, finds a gaping hole. Patterson inside the 40. They love his legs, waltzing down to about the 20. Tamarick Williams already 56 yards on the ground. Quick throw here, dangerously, but caught, and it'll lead to a first down. Braylon Henderson over on the sideline, showcasing his speed. 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Miller will hand it off to Tamarick. Williams takes advantage of a couple of key blocks and picks up another 11 yards. Big 3rd and 9 here. Can the Salukis get off the field and find the tight end Gindorf in open space? It looks like they're going to pick up enough for a first down here, so a gain of 10 on 3rd and 9. Interesting here, Quincy Patterson on the field and Cam Miller lining up as a receiver at the bottom of your screen. Patterson typically runs it. We saw him run it for 27 in the first quarter. This time he's moving the pile. Coaching staff told us he's kind of built like a middle linebacker at 6'3", 246. You see the physicality there. They give it to Williams, and Williams finds the end zone. Miller sneaking his way, reaching into the end zone. Touchdown, North Dakota State.
All right, first half highlights from Gate City Bank. How about our first half stats from Nodak Insurance Company, Coach? It's 24-7 at halftime, and you guys are rolling. 219 on the ground, outgaining them 305 to 120. Cam was 8 of 10 for 86 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, and that time of possession, I know, was important. 21 minutes, 33 seconds in the first half for your group.
Complimentary football. Defensively, minus the one big play we gave up down the tube there to the tight end, did a really good job getting off the field, and the offense allowed our defense to stay off the field. Extended drives. There couldn't have been but a handful of third downs in the first half.
Not many.
Not many at all. And so efficient on early downs is what we talk about. And just continue to stay physical, start fast, get after them, line of scrimmage football team, take what they give us, and we did a great job, coaching staff and our players.
Yep. A lot of highlights coming up in the second half of this one as well. Stay with us. More to come on the Bison Football Show.
Better starts with convenience. Our 43 convenient locations make running errands easy. Better starts with trust. You can trust that your pre-approval is guaranteed on closing day, which is one less thing to worry about. Better starts with saving you money. No ATM fees and no minimum balances mean how you spend your money is up to you. Because at Gate City Bank, better starts with you. And this means better ways to brighten your day. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life.
Another rock and roll weekend.
Burgers, better with Pepsi.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance in the glove box has changed to a quick tap to our online app. And as new technologies make farming more efficient, our coverage ensures you're always protected. The way we live and work has changed, but our values, service, and commitment have remained the same. Nodak is constantly evolving to meet your insurance needs and deliver answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company. Agents with answers.
Shields is grateful for our customers, communities, and fellow associates. On Thanksgiving Day, we encourage time with loved ones by closing our doors. And on this day, we open our hearts and bow our heads to pray and give thanks. With grateful hearts, we praise God for family and friends, for health and freedom, and for the rich blessings that we enjoy every day. Amen. Have a blessed Thanksgiving from all of us at Shields.
This one's for every sports fan who just spent the entire game explaining to someone the entire game. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
And welcome back to the Bison Football Show. Coach, second half, wow, tone setter. You come out of the locker room, and that was a big boy drive just to continue to let Southern know that it's going to be a tough day on them.
It was, if I remember, I think it was about 15 plays, something like that, in the teens there. Ate up a ton of time. We had the ball for 13 minutes in the third quarter, I believe, something like that.
Yes, correct.
I mean, it was good old-fashioned Bison football, and I know it's not real sexy or fancy what we do, but I think people who enjoy good football would have enjoyed today.
You got Quincy involved, like you talked about, in the quarterback run game, and I believe it was 7 carries for 84 yards for Patterson from that quarterback run spot. Kind of walk me through how Tyler Roll mixed and matched him in and how you guys utilized him so well in this game this afternoon.
Well, I think from my experience, as I said earlier today, anytime you have to prepare for 2 quarterbacks, it becomes a challenge from a defensive coordinator standpoint. Yeah. Especially when there's video evidence of both quarterbacks throwing it and running it. Well, you know, you can't treat them both the same, and so it can be challenging. I thought Tyler did a great job of taking the moments when they were available, rather than trying to force Quincy into the game. We just got him in there when it was the right situation, the right time. And he brought a spark to the offense every time he ran the ball.
Yep. Your defense today, you hold Southern to a season-low 7 points and a season-low 281 yards total offensively. What did you appreciate the most about your defensive effort today?
First thing that I had to recognize is how hard our kids played. I thought we did a good job tackling, but as you watch the game, a lot of unusuals, empty, unbalanced, X-off. They do a lot of wildcat. Our kids did an unbelievable job communicating all game long. All 11 were on the same page, and that enabled us to play really well. Yeah,
they were tremendous, to say the least. As the Bison in or out, they head to the quarterfinals, rolling Southern Illinois by the final of 38-7. A lot of highlights here, a lot of fun ones, fun moments. Our second half highlights presented by Gate City Bank.
3rd and 1, they bring the power back in to Merrick Williams. Got a block up front from Nash Jensen. And then powered his way down inside the 20. They give it to Williams. Got past the initial tacklers, as he has all game long, and turns it into 6 more points. Daniel, a junior. There are 19 seniors on the Southern Illinois team. So Merrick Williams continuing the job he started very early on, powering his way ahead. Beg your pardon, Jalen Bussey in the game now.
Be an outstanding game by 2 really good programs.
Baker hit and thrown down in the backfield. Eli Mostart. They are 2 for 2 on 4th down today. Hardship was the intended receiver, but broken up promptly that time by Jackson Hankey.
I'm not sure they really actually fouled. I think the official anticipated it being a foul and threw the flag when it really wasn't one there.
Baker running out of trouble there. Still trying to keep himself alive, was getting swung down by Brayden Thomas.
This is not a hurry-up offense. They look into the sidelines to get their call, and then they're snapping the ball.
The #1 rushing defense in the country steps up on 3rd and 2.
You did that to me, didn't you? You just said that to mess with me because you see the size of my stomach.
Another big hit in the backfield.
Offense in the phone booth, and you're playing right into these guys' hands. So it's really.
They called Jalen Bussey the big play back. Set up some nice blocks for Patterson here. Quincy Patterson has the end zone.
Our second half highlights brought to you by Gate City Bank. A lot of great moments there. How about our final stats from Nodak Insurance Company? And just dominant across the board. 389 on the ground for your group. 6.3 yards per carry. That's the most they've given up on the ground all season long. 477 to 281. Time of possession, 37 minutes, 45 seconds. And 9 of 13 on 3rd down for your offense. They went 2 of 13 offensively on their side. You got off the field.
A lot of positive numbers there. I mean, again, process-oriented football team. We love those numbers, but ultimately it's the win that we're looking for. But our kids were locked in, and kudos to them to be able to handle all the distractions, all the things that are happening. End of the academic year, got a lot going on, Thanksgiving, but they keep finding ways to improve.
Yep, a lot of options for our Nodak Insurance Company player of the game, but we're going to go with Tamarick Williams, who's really coming on strong here at the end of the season.
First play, I can just tell, like when I'm coming through the hole and I see a defender, their eyes get real big. So I know I say, okay, he doesn't want to tackle me. So I just give him the business and go about it, get the ball to ref and line up and do it again. Salon, man, those 5 guys up front did a great job just opening up some holes. They honestly make my job easier.
Tamarick Williams really coming on strong at the end of the year. 17 carries, 112 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, Coach. A guy in the first half, I think, learning your system. Yep. Now it seems like he's got it, and we're seeing it clicking out there on the gridiron for him.
I think you're exactly right. It just takes time. It takes reps. It takes that process, that repetitive process that we continue to practice. And he's become a good leader in that room. But I think all of our backs today ran exceptionally hard. Kobe Johnson, Hunter Lipke, Jalen Bussey. It was fun to see that room of kids have the success that they needed to have as we move forward.
Yep. Well, a lot of young men honored by the Missouri Valley Football Conference here earlier in the week, and the Bison recognized on first team, second team, honorable mention. You're going to see all the folks, the players here in these graphics, brought to you by Gate City Bank. And, of course, Matt Entz, the Bruce Craddock Missouri Valley Football Conference Coach of the Year for the second time in your 3 seasons here at NDSU. We're seeing the names on the graphics right now. But when you see that recognition for your team, for your individual talent overall, how do you? What was some of the reaction when you saw this earlier in the week?
Well, I think a lot of it is due. Our kids play hard. They prepare hard. They work hard in the off season. They've played a lot of football and a lot of good football. The thing that I get a kick out of is when you look at it, about 13 of our 22 starters were all conference. I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
When you can have that type of caliber of players, and it all goes back to recruiting and doing it the right way, finding the right kids that are willing to come here and develop with Coach Kramer, academically, within our meeting rooms. It says a lot about the type of kids and the coaches we have.
Yep, all newcomer squad as well. Quincy Patterson, Tamarick Williams, Marquis Siegel, Loshaka Rokes on the Valley all newcomer team as well. Well, Brayden Thomas, he's an all-Valley performer, the Bismarck native. He's our Olaf Anderson feature story. Dom Izzo sits down with him when we return.
Better starts with convenience. Our 43 convenient locations make running errands easy. Better starts with trust. You can trust that your pre-approval is guaranteed on closing day, which is one less thing to worry about. Better starts with saving you money. No ATM fees and no minimum balances mean how you spend your money is up to you. Because at Gate City Bank, better starts with you. And this means better ways to brighten your day. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life.
Shields is grateful for our customers, communities, and fellow associates. On Thanksgiving Day, we encourage time with loved ones by closing our doors. And on this day, we open our hearts and bow our heads to pray and give thanks. With grateful hearts, we praise God for family and friends, for health and freedom, and for the rich blessings that we enjoy every day. Amen. Have a blessed Thanksgiving from all of us at Shields.
And welcome back to the Bison Football Show. Well, Brayden Thomas, his football career has taken him from his hometown to Mankato, Minnesota, to right here in Fargo, where he has found a home on the Bison defensive line, runner-up in the Missouri Valley Football Conference Defensive Player of the Year honors. As WDAY Sports Director Dom Izzo sits down with Brayden, it's all about the work for him.
It's been a great experience. I mean, my whole college career has been a blessing in my opinion, but just being able to be in different cultures and be in different teams, I think I've been able to grow with a lot of different people. I got a great family for support, so just all the teammates and people I've met, I would say, is the more important thing. It's been great to come here and honor to play here.
From Bismarck, North Dakota, number 98, Brayden Thomas.
What was that feeling like coming out of the helmet then, being recognized as a North Dakotan, and you've played the last 2 years and played well?
That's surreal. I mean, being able to play at a prestigious college like this in my home state, I think kind of hits a little different. It's kind of a hard feeling to, I guess, describe, but I can't do anything but thank Coach Entz for the opportunity and just thank my family for everything they've done for me and supported me through it.
We visited last year about filling a gap when Derek Tuska moved on, about being the guy or a guy up on the defensive line. It seems like you filled that role. Describe that transition and when you felt like I can be one of the leaders up front of the defensive line.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give credit to that, my family and Coach Buddha and just everyone, my teammates, Logan McCormick, Spence, TP, all those guys have brought me in with open arms and shown me the defense. So, I mean, coming in and learning it that fast creates a lot of confidence. And then once you get communication and trusting your teammates on the line, I think that's kind of when stuff started, I guess, kind of come together and help me be able to play within myself and then start making plays. So that started, I think, the whole transition and helped me become a better player in a bigger role here.
All right, great stuff there from Dom Izzo. Brayden Thomas, wow, Bismarck native, North Dakota kid. And like you said, when he first got here, he fit right in immediately. Felt like a Bison from the get-go.
He did. He is. I have never seen a young man transition into a new program as seamlessly as he did. He lives with Cordell, Spence Wagey, Michael Buto. I mean, they act like they've been buddies their whole life, which I think says a lot about the makeup of our football team. But, he's a young man, and as you know, Jeff, we only play our D-line guys about halftime because we play so many. Think the numbers he could have if he was out there just 20, 30% more snaps.
Yeah, no question. Time now for our great clips. Great question of the week. Great clips. It's going to be great. Comes from Andy in Grand Forks asking, Coach, when you face a Valley team in the playoffs, is the preparation any different against the conference team in postseason time?
No, not really. It's business as usual. We go about. Our days look the same. Every week is Groundhog's Day to us. But I think that consistency prepares our players to be at their best each day. They know when it's red zone day. They know short yardage day. They understand what we're going to accomplish that day. And I think that's valuable rather than just showing up and surprising them with, hey, here's what we're doing today.
Yep. Well, Omaha, Nebraska has been a key recruiting spot for NDSU football. Tyson Gordon's our Peterson Farm Seed future crop of Bison. We learn more about him when we come back on the Bison Football Show.
Powerful and playful, delicate and precise, bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family, to provide options beyond the expected, to help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Orthopedics and sports medicine at SANFORD Health. Health lives here.
Shields is grateful for our customers, communities, and fellow associates. On Thanksgiving Day, we encourage time with loved ones by closing our doors. And on this day, we open our hearts and bow our heads to pray and give thanks. With grateful hearts, we praise God for family and friends, for health and freedom, and for the rich blessings that we enjoy every day. Amen. Have a blessed Thanksgiving from all of us at Shields.
Bison Nation, this is head football coach Matt Entz. With all that goes into leading the Bison to victory, the last thing I want to worry about is the clothing I need to look and feel my best. I shop at Halberstadt's West Acres because I trust that they provide me with everything I need for meetings at the office, press conferences, and casual Bison attire. With plenty of options for sport coats, shirts, denim, suits, shoes, and accessories, I'm confident that when I need anything and everything menswear, Halberstadt's West Acres has me covered.
And welcome back to the Bison Football Show. Well, our Peterson Farm Seed future crop of Bison. We head to Omaha, Nebraska. Tyson Gordon, what a high school career. Heralded player out of Omaha Scott High School. Logan Campbell talks to him and our Peterson Farm Seed future crop of Bison.
There was a clear path for Tyson Gordon. His dad played baseball at Omaha, and his brother did too. But when it was time for him to make a decision, he decided to blaze his own trail.
I could have went and played baseball at Omaha, but I knew football was my true love, and what better place to come play than NDSU.
Fortunately, his family gave him 100% of their support.
They couldn't have been happier. I mean, it was my decision, and it was a gut feeling when I wanted to come here, and I trusted my instincts, and they were just happy for me, excited for me.
Since his arrival at NDSU, the redshirt freshman's journey has been anything but normal.
All that COVID stuff, that was definitely different, and the short season last year, that was definitely not a fun freshman year, so to say.
During that time, the Omaha native leaned on what he knows best, football as his constant.
Freshman year, it was just kind of taking in all the knowledge from the older guys and the coaches, and then my second year is kind of taking that knowledge and applying it onto the field and growing myself on the field.
And now he's hungrier than ever to win a national championship.
I know what it feels like at the high school level, but I have not yet get there at NDSU, so I'm just hoping to get a couple of those under my belt while I'm here.
I'm Logan Campbell reporting.
Thanks, Logan, for that piece. I tell you what, Coach, you talk about high school accolades. Yep. Tyson Gordon was a big-time name in Nebraska high school football, and he's learning it here how to be a Bison day in and day out in your program.
He was. You talk about gifted basketball player, had Division I basketball offers, gifted football player, state champion in both. Coach Turman, their head football coach, does an unbelievable job. Extremely athletic family. Brother plays baseball at Omaha. Sherry, mom, running marathons. So they're great people, and we're going to continue to recruit the heck out of the Omaha and Nebraska.
Yeah, Tyson Gordon, a name to watch in that secondary for Code Green for years to come. All right, it's opponent preview time as we wrap things up on the Bison Football Show. It's the Buccaneers from East Tennessee State, ETSU, the 7 seed. They had some heroics late to win their second-round game at home against Kennesaw State. Opponent preview brought to you by Gate City Bank. Coach, initial thoughts. SoCon champions, they've had a heck of a year.
They have, and you go back and look at the very first game of the year, they beat an SEC team. And, you know, I think that immediately probably caught the country's attention when, you know, you go into an SEC stadium and you're able to pull off a convincing win. So our kids will be locked in. They'll be engaged. It'll be exciting. A new opponent in the Dome, something different, someone we haven't played, you know, at least in my 8 or 9 years here. So it'll be a fun one.
Yep, Coach, congratulations. Great win, and best of luck next week.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So head coach Matt Entz, that's going to do it for us. Big thanks to Halberstadt West Acres, the official men's clothiers of NDSU Athletics. My name is Jeff Culhane. The Bison move on to the quarterfinals. We'll talk to you next week. Good night, Bison Nation.
Today's Bison Football Show with Coach Matt Entz has been presented by Gate City Bank and Pepsi. This is the North Dakota State University Bison Sports Network from Learfield.